Brandy welcomes you to Alex Cardinale Entertainment. Say hello, Brandy. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to a very special presentation of Alex Cardinale Entertainment.
This Thanksgiving, we celebrate connection, gratitude, and the beauty of giving. Thank you for being part of our journey.
It takes a life since 2013. We dive fresh and salt, the water's wide. Aquatic wet, right and let's go. With Aqua Alex running the show. Fish tails big and bold, we know. Aquatic wet line, let's go. With Aqua Alex running the show. Fish tails big and bold, we know. Aquatic wet line, let's go. From guppies to sharks, in tanks of the dark. This is your fishy spark. Tune in now, don't make us wait. Aquatic wet line is your fate. Aquatic wet line is your fate. Aqua Alex takes the bait.
Good evening, fish keepers. I'm Aqua Alex Cardinale, and I welcome you to a very special live stream. Tonight, the impossible happens. Something that I never thought would be happening, at least this early in my life. But tonight, for now, I say farewell to aquariums and tropical fish keeping. And I say for now because it is not permanent. It is only temporary. But to celebrate and honor my 19 years of fish keeping, I have put together an awesome and fun live stream to commemorate my 19 years in the fish keeping hobby. So tonight, I'm going to tell you why I have to leave the aquarium hobby temporarily. I'm going to tell you about the future of Aqua Alex. I'm going to talk about my favorite fish keeping moments and my favorite fish keeping memories. I'm going to talk about working at a local fish store. And I have a plethora of fish keeping photos and videos of my collection from over the last 19 years. All that and more on this special live stream. And I want to thank everyone that is watching live, and I want to thank everyone that is watching the replay of this live stream. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and get this amazing show started. Now, as you guys know, I was born in the tropical fish keeping hobby, and I have been keeping fish since I was 12 years old, which means I have been keeping fish for about 19 years. And I have kept both freshwater and saltwater fish. Most of the years I have kept oddball predatory type fish like arowanas, red-tailed cats, aggressive cichlids, and even a few years I had saltwater. And like I said at the beginning of the show, this was an early exit because I really did not want to stop keeping fish right now. So unfortunately, this was not a decision that I wanted to make. It was a decision that I was forced to make. So I am definitely not leaving the aquarium hobby on my own terms. So that is why I am saying for now, because I will definitely be back in the aquarium hobby. I've got a lot of things left to accomplish in the aquarium hobby, so this is only temporary. But why do I have to leave the aquarium hobby temporarily? It all happened so quick. I really had no time to prepare. I really had no time to plan. But unfortunately, I had to move houses because the lease at my current house, where I had my 6 foot aquarium and another aquarium, the lease at that house expired and I had to be out by November 1st. And we were looking for houses, and I thought the house that we got now would allow fish tanks. But unfortunately, I can't have fish tanks here at the moment, but I'm sure there's ways around that. But for now, I have to leave the aquarium hobby because I can't have a fish tank here, unfortunately. So this really was a 24-hour decision because I really had no time to prepare because it happened on Halloween, and of course the next day I had to move. Up until Halloween, I was under the assumption that I would be bringing my tank with me and all my fish with me. But unfortunately, the worst happened and I wasn't really prepared. So, what is there to do in 24 hours when you have a 6 foot aquarium loaded with African cichlids and other fish? Well, the only decision I had was to catch all the fish that I could and bring them to my job where I was working. And now they are at TankSmart, and hopefully, people are buying them and bringing them home and giving them a good life. So in that 24-hour period, I was catching a lot of fish, bringing them to TankSmart. Unfortunately, once I got all the fish caught, it was time to move to my new house here in Port St. Lucie. So here I am now for the first time ever in my life, uh, fishless and fish tankless. But it's only for now. It is very temporary because I already have envisions in my mind of how I plan on returning to tropical fish. And we're going to talk about that as the show progresses. So that is why I had to leave the aquarium hobby. It was out of my control. It was through no fault of my own. It basically was I had to move, and the house that I am now currently does not allow fish tanks. It doesn't mean that you're not going to allow fish tanks forever, but currently they don't allow fish tanks. And like I said, I am definitely going to be working on that because, like I said, fish keeping was my life for 19 years, and I am definitely not ready to just up and quit because fish keeping is not like drinking or smoking. You just can't give it up one day and forget about it. It's a hobby, it's a part of who I am, and fish keeping is in my blood. So one day, very soon, sooner than later, I will be back keeping fish. So, in a nutshell, the reason I had to give up my aquarium and my fish is because I moved here, and at the moment, we can't have fish tanks. So, basically, what I had to do in that 24-hour period is basically catch my fish and bring them to the fish store. Once I did all that, the tank was drained, and I had to leave it at my old house. So now the new tenant is going to have a 125-gallon aquarium that he or she can deal with. And that is why I had to leave the aquarium hobby. All right. Hey, my friend Josh from Australia is in the house. How you doing, Josh? Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a great day. And Josh says, does that mean we got to bribe you more? Yes. Yes, you can bribe me more. All right. So, Josh, hope you're having a great day. So happy to see you here on this live stream. There's so many awesome fish keeping people that I have met over the years, and I hope to see you stick around. Just because I don't have aquariums at the moment doesn't mean that I am stopping my fish keeping videos or my live streams. No, I am actually going to be continuing doing fish keeping live streams and videos, educating you on fish that I enjoy and fish species that you are going to enjoy. This live stream is just for me personally. It's a way for me to cope with not having fish at the moment. But I will still be doing fish keeping live streams and videos. So, right now, I want to talk about some of my all-time favorite species of fish that I have personally kept. Up on the top of the list is Oscar cichlids. I think Oscar cichlids are very personable. They're a very cool fish. They have a lot of personality and they are very, very exciting. Every time I had a freshwater aquarium, I had to have Oscars. They are really, really awesome fish. Then we have silver dollars. I like the regular silver dollar, the red hook silver dollar, and the black bar silver dollar. Angelfish, I love the freshwater angels, especially the wild caught Peruvian Ultim angels, Waru cichlids, and I'm a huge catfish guy. I love catfish from all around the world. I love the monster cats like red-tailed cats, tiger shovelnose, lima shovelnose, but I also like sun catfish, Asian upside-down catfish, synodontis, so I'm a huge catfish guy. I like monster fish like arowanas, pacu, gar, lungfish, bikers, etc. And then on the saltwater side, my all-time favorite saltwater fish is a foxface rabbitfish. I love those guys. I also love puffer fish. I love the dogface puffer, the porcupine puffer, and all kinds of puffers, really. I haven't really kept freshwater puffers. The puffers that I have kept have all been saltwater, which is awesome. And just recently, this year, I began keeping African cichlids. So I like peacock cichlids. I like some of the haps, like the Malawi hawks, the Malawi eyebiters, and the Fusco cichlids. And of course, you guys know that I love frontosa cichlids and maroon clownfish. So those are just some of my personal favorite species that I've kept over the years. Josh says, aquarium hobby is a safe drug. It's like smoking crack. Once you got one tank, it's like an addiction. I definitely agree with that. That is an accurate statement. I agree with that. Oh, nice. Congratulations, Josh. Josh in Australia is now a meteorologist. So, congratulations. That is fun. And Josh says, nah, BS, bro. You're a true African cichlid fan. Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, I am. And I'm kind of bummed out that I had to leave the aquarium hobby right when I was getting into the peak of African cichlids because I had a gorgeous display tank with some peacocks and some beautiful frontosa. And yes, that is definitely accurate. I am definitely 100% a frontosa lover and a frontosa fan. But when I come back, I will definitely have a tank set up for frontosas. Well, like I said at the intro of our show today, I've got a plethora of photos and videos from my collection, and I've been keeping fish for 19 years. I have so many photos that StreamYard told me I can only have 100 uploads. So that's going to show you how many photos I have to share with you tonight. So here are some photos, and then I'm going to share some of my videos that I have over the years. Up first, this is one of my larger tiger Oscars that I had in the past. I think this picture was taken in 2023. Oscars have a special place in my heart. They are one of my all-time favorite fish. Such a really beautiful Oscar. This is a red belly pacu, which is a relative of the red belly piranha, but it is not a piranha. It is a red belly pacu, a beautiful fish. This is my large tiger Oscar again, such a beautiful fish. Another beautiful red belly pacu. The water is terrible looking because I just added driftwood to this tank a couple years ago, but the red belly pacu is cool. And then we've got some black bar silver dollars. Those are our first set of photos tonight here on Aqua Alex Farewell. And now let's take a look at some of my recent fish keeping videos. These videos were taken this year. We're going to take a look at my African lungfish that I had, and then we're going to see my beautiful African cichlid display.
lives in a glassy square, blowing bubbles like he just don't care. He spins to a dance, his tail takes a spin. He's got the biggest grin, oh where to begin? Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Mono clear streams, he's always at home, but in this tank he'll never roam. He wiggles and waggles in his fishy dome, ain't no worry, no trouble, just bubbles for days. Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. Some fish swim fast, some fish just hide, but Louie's got swagger, a tank full of pride. He naps on the gravel, he floats like a dream, the quirkiest lungfish you've ever seen. Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Mono clear streams, he's always at home, but in this tank he'll never roam. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Mono clear streams, he's always at home, a wet pet party that'll never end. Some fish swim fast.
And that was my beautiful West African lungfish that I had earlier this year. Shout out to Mason, who is in the house. And Mason has a really cool question. Mason wants to know, do you ever want to get a big house with a lot of land and just have all the fish? Oh, you know it, bro. I would love that. I would love to have a big house and have a lot of fish tanks and a lot of ponds. Hopefully one day that's in the works. That would be really, really cool. Well, the next video I'm going to show you is also from recent times. It is from this month, actually, or last month, but it is my last tank that I had. It is my 6-foot aquarium with African cichlids. This was my pride and joy aquarium, so let's check it out. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex here, and I got a very special video for you today. This video is going to be a thank you video and also a shout out video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see, my tank is crystal clear now. It's all due to my aquarium maintenance guy and my good friend Isaiah. Isaiah helped me install this Fluval FX6 on my 125-gallon African cichlid tank. And as you can see, it's doing a great job. All the fish look great and the water looks crystal clear. So thank you very much, Isaiah from Private Reef Aquatics. So if you're looking for aquarium maintenance in Palm Beach County, make sure you give Isaiah a try. I'll leave his link and contact info in the description. But as you can see, all the fish are doing great. I've got some beautiful peacocks, haps. I've got some beautiful blood parrots and catfish and stuff. Look at this beautiful bicolor peacock. One of my smaller OB peacocks, German red. Another bicolor, living stone eye cichlid. Electric blue friar eye, Malawi hawks. The Malawi hawks are pretty cool. A large flagtail, redfin barrelleri. So, yeah, thank you, Isaiah, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and have a great week, everybody. Blue dolphin. And that was a really cool aquarium that I had. Mason says something that a lot of people have told me over the years, and that is you had a ton of cool fish. Thank you. That compliment actually means a lot to me because when I kept fish, I always wanted the exotic fish. I wanted the fish that were pretty unique, pretty colorful, but also pretty unordinary, out of the ordinary is the fishes that I wanted because everyone likes tetras, everyone likes mollies and live bearers and all the community stuff. But I, Aqua Alex, wanted to be known for the fish that have personality, the fish that have characteristics, the fish that are real personable. And that is why I'm a big fan of cichlids and monster fish and saltwater fish. So I always prided myself on having the fun stuff. And that is what separated me from other fish keepers. And also, even when I worked at Koi Smart and Tank Smart, people always told me, hey, you know your fish, you have all the cool stuff, and we have a lot of respect for you. And I really enjoy the fish keeping hobby. All right, so our next video is for a species of fish that I recently just had. And I've been keeping fish for 19 years, as I've told you. And this year was the first time that I've had this fish. Let's check it out.
In the streets of Rome, Alex reigns supreme. Haters try to front, they get lost in his dream. Mess with the king, you'll face the guillotine. Secrets revealed, yeah, he's on that scheme. Bow to the king, Alex's name on thrones. Enemies crumble, only hurting groans. Expose the dirt, make them feel the stones. Italian wrath, yeah, he don't leave no bones. William T thought he was slick playing games, loving young folks, now he's feeling the flames. Alex dropped the truth, left him buried in shame. Took the crown, took the mic, lit up the flame. Bow to the king, Alex's name on thrones. Enemies crumble, only hurting groans. Expose the dirt, make them feel the stones. Italian wrath, yeah, he don't leave no bones. Haters wanna test, but they end up ghosts. Trying to ride the wave, but they missing the coast. Alex stands tall, rock solid like a post. Secrets in his ledger, he the host with the most. From the land to Venice, they know his stride. Haters get exposed, ain't no place to hide. Alex Cardinale, he the truth and the pride. Mess with him and you'll feel his wrath worldwide. Bound to the king, Alex's name on thrones. Enemies crumble, only hurting groans. Expose the dirt, make them feel the stones. Italian wrath, yeah, he don't leave no bones. He don't leave no bones.
And can you believe after 19 years in the aquarium hobby, this year was the very first time that I've had a betta. Well, maybe I can get a betta again. We will see. But those are our first of many fish videos and photos from my collection that we're going to see tonight. Coming up next, we're going to talk about how the aquarium hobby has evolved from when I first entered all the way back when I was 12 years old to now. But first, I want to invite you to my flagship live stream taking place this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It is Thankful Saturday with Dallas Cardinale, the final Saturday before Thanksgiving. On the next Saturday with Dallas Cardinale, we take one final step on the road to Thanksgiving. The next Saturday with Dallas Cardinale is Thankful Saturday with Dallas Cardinale. It is the final Saturday before Thanksgiving. And this year's Thankful Saturday with Dallas Cardinale airs live Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I've got a loaded show coming your way. Don't miss our incredible new segments, including This Saturday in History, Two Truths and a Lie, and more. Plus, in the hot seat will be Tom the Talking Turkey. Chef Alex will have turkey preparation tips, Thanksgiving dessert and side dish ideas. Plus, learn about the swan as the animal of the world. Aqua Alex's featured fish will be the long-nosed hawkfish. Learn about the Antonetta lionfish as our Thanksgiving featured fish. Plus, learn about the history of Thanksgiving, Seagrass Farms featured fish, and more. Thankful Saturday with Dallas Cardinale, airing live Saturday, November 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, YouTube channel Alice Cardinale Entertainment, and Instagram. Happy Thanksgiving and happy to be thankful for Saturdays. Alright, right now we're going to talk about how the aquarium hobby has evolved. From when I first entered the aquarium hobby when I was 12 years old to now when I am 32 here in 2025. I have seen a lot of things evolve in the aquarium hobby. I have seen better aquarium equipment like lighting. I've seen better filtration. I've seen the introduction of glowfish. I've seen the expansion of flower horns and blood parrots. I've seen the expansion of saltwater aquariums and reef aquariums. I've seen the introduction of nano aquariums and the growth of the plant hobby in freshwater. So those are some of the things that I have seen. But I wanted to dive down deep in this topic, so I relied on my friends over at AI, and here's the information that they provided us for this show. So here are some of the advancements over the last 19 years. Technological advancements. Over the last 19 years, technological advancements have revolutionized aquarium equipment. Modern aquariums now feature high-efficiency LED lighting, which not only enhances the aesthetic appeal of aquariums, but also supports plant and coral growth while reducing energy consumption. Additionally, advancements in filtration systems have made it easier to maintain water quality, providing healthier environments for aquatic life. Automation and smart technology. The integration of smart technology has made aquarium keeping more convenient than ever. Automated systems for feeding, lighting, and water quality monitoring allow hobbyists to manage their tanks remotely through smartphone apps. This has made it easier for both beginners and experienced aquarists to provide optimal care for their aquatic ecosystems. And I have one of those smartphone run lights on my 125, and I really loved it. Increased focus on sustainability, sustainable sourcing. There has been a growing emphasis on sustainability within the aquarium community. Ethical sourcing of fish and coral has become a priority, with many hobbyists and suppliers opting for captive bred species to reduce the impact on wild populations. This shift has contributed to the preservation of natural habitats and the overall health of aquatic ecosystems. Hobbyists are now more aware of the environmental impact of their activities and are taking steps to minimize their carbon footprints. Many aquariums now incorporate eco-friendly practices such as using renewable energy sources and recycling water to promote sustainability within the aquarium hobby. Freshwater and saltwater diversity in livestock. The range of species available to aquarium enthusiasts has expanded significantly. Freshwater tanks now feature a wide variety of plant species and exotic fish, while saltwater aquariums boost vibrant corals and marine life. The increased availability of diverse species allow hobbyists to create unique and personalized aquatic displays. Nano aquariums. The popularity of nano aquariums, compact tanks that require less space and resources, has risen dramatically. These small scale aquariums offer a practical solution for those who have limited space but still wish to enjoy the beauty of aquatic life. And that is what has evolved over the last 19 years since I've been in the fish keeping hobby. The fish keeping hobby continues to grow and grow and grow, and I can't wait to see it grow more, more, more. And I can't wait to see more youth get involved in the fish keeping hobby. So that is how the aquarium hobby has evolved over the past 19 years. And now I want to talk to you guys about my proudest fish keeping moments. So let's discuss my proudest moments as a fish keeper, shall we? And some of these I've briefly talked about in the past here on my YouTube channel. But one of my proudest moments is getting one of my favorite fish of all time for the very first time, and that is the flagtail procholotus. The flagtail procholotus is a freshwater fish from the Amazon River, a fish that I consider to be the greatest algae eater for freshwater aquariums. And flagtail procholotus are great because they can be kept with a wide variety of tank mates. They can be kept with monster fish like Oscars and other large growing fish, or they can be kept with medium to large community fish as well. I remember as a teenager, I spent a long time looking for flagtail procholotus, and then eventually one day I walked into a local fish store and they had a whole tank full of them, and I ended up leaving with a group of them. And I successfully kept a group of flagtails together for many years, and it can be done. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Another awesome moment for me that I'm extremely proud about is this YouTube channel. I created this YouTube channel because of my love for fish keeping. So I'm very proud of my fish keeping moment that I created my YouTube channel and Aquatic Wetline. Aquatic Wetline is my fish keeping podcast that originally started as an audio podcast, but now it is on YouTube. I'm also very proud that I've been interviewed on YouTube channels. I've been interviewed on audio podcasts, and I've even done fish keeping blogs. There is a blog that I did recently this year that you can find on Google asking me about monster fish. I've been extremely humble and proud that I've been interviewed on fellow YouTubers' channels and I've been on blogs. That is awesome. Another proud fish keeping moment of mine is working with companies like Oasis Aquatics, Hikari, and A.C.E. Yes, that's right. In the past, I've worked for huge companies like Hikari and A.C.E., but more personally, I worked with an online fish store based in New Jersey known as Oasis Aquatics, and that was a 2-year partnership. It was the very first online fish store to partner with me, and I always treasure that. My next proud fish keeping moment is getting my first saltwater aquarium. I think I was like 21 when I got my first saltwater aquarium. That was back in 2018 or 2016, one of those 2 years. Getting my first African lungfish is a proud moment because I've always wanted an African lungfish. Getting into African cichlids is something that I'm proud about. For many years, I actually looked down on African cichlids, but when I started working at the fish stores that I worked at, my love of African cichlids began, and I finally got into African cichlids, and I had a very cool African cichlid display. When I come back, I will have another African cichlid display in the future. Also, I love keeping multiple flagtails and fox-faced rabbitfish together. Now, a lot of people tell you you can't have multiple flagtails or multiple fox-faced rabbitfish together, but I did. For freshwater, I had multiple flagtails together, and then for saltwater, I had more than one fox-face together, and I had no issues. The key is to add them at the same time if possible. I'm also proud of the fact that I met a lot of awesome fish keepers, a lot of fellow content creators who are fish keepers. I've met so many of them. I've also met fish keepers in person. I've met some awesome fish keepers at the job that I recently had. So there's a lot of great fish keepers that I have met. And those are some of my proudest moments. And now it's time for our next round of fish keeping photos and videos from my collection. So here is another beautiful Milestones wide bar. This is known as the beautiful black bar silver dollar. It is such a colorful fish. Here are some more black bar silver dollars that I had. I think this photo is from 2023. Very cool fish. Here is a beautiful red spotted gold severum that I had. Very cool. Another red spotted gold severum, the same one. I grew this red spotted gold severum from 2 inches all the way up to about 9 inches. And finally, for this round, can you guys believe I was one of those guys that had a shabumpkin goldfish living with tropical fish? But this shabumpkin was actually a rescue. A friend of mine gave him to me, and I have this beautiful shabumpkin goldfish. So those are my next round of photos. Now let's see the next round of videos I've got for you. And right now, we are going to take a look at some beautiful wolffish. Here is my beautiful black wolffish that I had in 2022. And the black wolffish is one of my all-time favorite monster fish that I have kept. And now let's take a look at some gold wolffish that I had. And the gold wolffish are really cool wolffish as well. Here is a video of my 125-gallon aquarium from 3 years ago in 2022. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale here, giving you an update on my 125-gallon aquarium. The Fluval FX4 is doing a great job in keeping the water clean and clear, and there's been no issues in this aquarium. All the fish are doing great, putting on some size, eating and doing well. You'll notice how big my gold wolf is getting and some of the other fish. I haven't added anything new except for a couple of firemouths that were given to me, and they're doing great. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some of my fish, and I've included a 45-second feeding video at the end where these fish are eating Hikari cichlid gold pellets. Enjoy the video, give me a thumbs up, leave a like, and enjoy the video.
Now you're out of work.
Look at the coloration on that black bar Scumberky silver dollar. Love that orange face. Very, very pretty in my opinion. And all my black bar silver dollars have that. And the red hooks are starting to get those mature red spots, which is awesome.
That's all in that restaurant you were following that.
And that was an impressive South American predator display aquarium that I had a couple years ago in 2022. All throughout the night, you're going to see some of my amazing collection. We've got plenty more fish keeping action coming your way. And coming up next, I'm going to tell you about some lessons I learned by keeping tropical fish. But right now, I want to invite you to a special live stream taking place this Tuesday that kicks off Viewer Appreciation Week. Alex Cardinale here, host and CEO of Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel, inviting you to the new Thanksgiving week tradition, Alex Cardinale Viewer Appreciation, airing Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. On the Viewer Appreciation Special live stream, it is for you, the viewers. I am very grateful for all of you. I have some amazing viewers. On Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, I have a very special live stream planned. You're going to relive some of my most epic guest interviews over 2025. You're going to see some of my best videos from 2025, some of my best videos that I filmed in 2025. Plus, I got some awesome shout outs for some legendary people. And I'm going to reveal the nominees for the best of 2025. All that and more on the Viewer Appreciation Special, taking place Thanksgiving week, Tuesday, November 25th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Alright, so right now I want to talk about the lessons that I've learned as a fish keeper over the last 19 years. The most important lesson is responsibility. By keeping fish for the last 19 years, I've learned about responsibility because I've had to take care of the fish, feed them, and clean their aquarium. But most importantly, keeping fish for 19 years has shown me that there are plenty of fun things to do in the world, and there are plenty of positive things to do in a world where so many others are doing terrible, negative things. Fish keeping has taught me responsibility and how to do a positive thing. Another thing fish keeping has taught me, it has taught me about the underwater world. It has taught me about the incredible biodiversity found in in our oceans and rivers all around the world. It has taught me about incredible fish species in both freshwater and saltwater, and it has taught me how big these fish get and everything I needed to know about fish. So by keeping fish, I became a quote unquote biologist. Now, don't take me wrong, I am not a biologist, but as a fish keeper and as an aquarium hobbyist, I researched different species and I learned a lot about that said species. I also learned that the fish keeping hobby is a community. There are a lot of like minded people in the aquarium hobby. There are a lot of great people who love tropical fish. Now, on the same token, the fish keeping hobby is a hobby that is open to all kinds of people, all kinds of walks of life. Some great people, some wacky people, some not so great people, some creepy people. But the fish keeping hobby is a welcoming hobby that welcomes all kinds of people. And the last thing I learned about the fish keeping hobby is you have what's called fish tank police. Now, fish tank police are people who policy your aquarium. They tell you your fish are going to outgrow your aquarium or you need to clean your aquarium and all the other stuff. But what they don't realize is it's your aquarium. You take care of your aquarium, which means you can keep the fish that you would like to keep. And that is the lessons that I have learned over the years in the fish keeping hobby. Well, coming up next, we're going to see some more of my fish keeping collection over the last 19 years, and I'm going to talk about my greatest memories as a fish keeper, and we'll talk about what's next for Aqua Alex. That's all still to come tonight. But can you guys believe that one day from tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, it is going to be Thanksgiving? And Saturday at Dallas Cardinale proudly presents a Thanksgiving Day broadcast. Happy Thanksgiving from yours truly, Alex Cardinale. I'm excited to announce Saturday with Alex Cardinale proudly presents Thanksgiving Day 2025 with Alex Cardinale live on Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Come join me, Alex Cardinale, as I get you ready for the big turkey day this year with a very special Thanksgiving Day with Alex Cardinale live stream. Get some delicious last minute Thanksgiving dinner tips and tricks. Get some delicious turkey cooking tips from Chef Alex. Plus, Chef Alex will give you leftover turkey ideas. I, Alex Cardinale, will preview NFL on Thanksgiving Day. Get Thanksgiving jokes and a whole lot more. Saturday with Alex Cardinale proudly presents Thanksgiving Day with Alex Cardinale. Lives on Thanksgiving Day, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube channel, Alex Cardinale Entertainment. Alright, right now let's take a look at some more of my awesome fish keeping collection from over the years. Here is a beautiful Geophagus abalios that I had back in 2022. I love Geophagus and I had a nice group of Geophagus abalios that I really admired. One of my all-time favorite South American cichlids that I've kept is the chocolate cichlid. Chocolate cichlids are a really cool, unorthodox cichlid, kind of similar to an Oscar, but a little bit different. Very, very cool. Here's another picture of some beautiful black bar silver dollars. These are wide bar Mileus cumberki. They get nice orange colors, and they do get large for a silver dollar. This is a male turquoise or green severum that I raised from a baby to an adult. Very, very cool. Severums are such a cool South American cichlid. And then we've got a trio of Sema-Prochylotus tenaris, also known as flagtail Prochylotus. These guys are really cool. And I have successfully kept flagtails together for many years, as evident by these pictures. Now let's take a look at our next fish keeping videos that I've had from over the years. And now we're going to take a look at some really cool South American Cerassomidae cherishes, red belly pacu, and Milosoma hard belly silver dollars. And one of my all-time favorite large-growing armored catfish, the Oxodorus niger. I had one of these guys that grew massive. Let's check him out.
If you need anything, let me know.
Yeah. Look who's out, my Oxodorus niger. I've never been able to get him on video eating, but I finally got him now. This is my Oxodorus niger named Shamu, enjoying some Akari pellets, and he's definitely put on some size since I've added him to my 125. Look how big he got. He got huge. But he's definitely a gentle giant. He doesn't bother anybody. That was a really cool video of a really cool fish. And you know, I've been known as the king of really cool fish and the king of monster fish. This next video is going to prove my point that I love monster fish. This is when I had a beautiful red-tailed cat and some other awesome monster fish. And as you can see, red-tail catfish and tiger shovelnose and gars are really cool monster fish. Alright, right now let's move on to our next topic tonight. And right now I want to talk about some of my favorite fish keeping memories. And as I said earlier on in the show, I've been in the fish keeping hobby for about 13 or about 19 years now, and I've had a lot of memories. But tonight I'm going to narrow it down to just my best and my most favorite fish keeping memories for you. So, my first fish keeping memory is my very first aquarium. I set up my very first aquarium when I was about 12 years old. It was a 55-gallon aquarium, and I had a red devil, an Oscar, a Pacu, and a Pleco in it. Obviously, I matured, I grew up, and I know that those fish are too big for a 55-gallon aquarium. My next favorite fish keeping memory is being able to experiment and keep different species. That is something that Aqua Alex has done over the last 19 years. I always experimented with different species. I learned how to keep different species, and that way my head is always revolving and I'm always learning about new fish species. Also, I loved having saltwater aquariums. Saltwater fish are very exciting, and I was very proud to enter the saltwater hobby for the very first time. Also, I'm very proud of the fact that I am one of the OG fish keeping YouTubers out there. I am one of the OG fish tubers out there, and that's no disrespect to Waru Joey or Dustin's Fish Tanks, but I am one of the newer OG fish guys. I've been around since 2013, and I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And I like hosting my fish keeping live stream. That is a great memory. I love going to fish stores like most tropical fish keepers. I enjoyed working at Koi Smart and Tank Smart this year. It has always been a dream of mine to work at a local fish store, and this year I got to turn that dream into a reality. I loved working at Koi Smart and Tank Smart because I got to meet some fellow aquarium enthusiasts. I made some great friends, and I had a lot of fun. I got to learn about koi and saltwater fish more. Plus, I love getting my first saltwater fish, and I love getting my first African cichlids. Those are my favorite fish keeping memories. Well, coming up next, we're going to see some more of my collection over the years, and then I'm going to answer the question, the elephant in the room. What's next for Aqua Alex? That's coming up next here on this Aqua Alex Farewell special episode. A week from this Friday, can you guys believe it is Black Friday? That's right, a week from this Friday, it is Black Friday, and Saturday with Dallas Cardinale proudly presents Black Friday with Dallas Cardinale. Get ready for the official start of Christmas. The official start of Christmas is Black Friday. Saturday with Dallas Cardinale is proud to present Black Friday 2025 with Alice Cardinale, airing live Black Friday, November 29th, 2025, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, on YouTube channel Alice Cardinale Entertainment. Join me, Alice Cardinale, live on Black Friday for a very special Christmas-themed episode. Learn about the biggest and best Black Friday deals of the year. Learn why you should support small businesses. Learn about the NFL Black Friday game and get a complete recap between the Eagles and Bears. Plus, Aqua Alex will discuss a Christmas-themed fish and a whole lot more. It's going to be a fun Black Friday. So, come join Alex Cardinale after your Black Friday shopping on Black Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, for Black Friday with Dallas Cardinale. Alright, let's take a look at some more of my photos and videos of my fish collection. Here is a beautiful Parachromis jaguar and a beautiful Heroes libifier mouth brooding severum. Very, very cool. Very cool cichlids. This is a very rare South American catfish that comes from Peru. This is known as a Hacer oriensis or a black-tip mouse catfish. I first saw these guys in 2012 when I was volunteering at a local fish store that specialized in importing wild-caught South American fish. And when I first saw these guys, I had to have a group of them for my aquarium. So I got like 6 or 7 of them, and I love them. They are such a cool catfish. Here is one of my favorite monster cherishes. This is a black wolffish, also known as Hapalus curupira. Very, very cool wolffish. Grows to about 18 inches or so. And then we've got an Oxydorus niger, a ripsaw catfish. Another really cool monster catfish. A vulture catfish, which is like a larger Pictus cat, except these guys get 18 inches. Really cool fish. Another beautiful jaguar cichlid. Very, very cool. A Parachromis dovi. I love dovis. Male dovis are very colorful. A tiger shovelnose. One of my male bettas that I've had. And a peacock bass. We've got one more round of fish keeping photos from my collection coming your way. But right now, let's get to our next fish keeping videos. And it's my first saltwater videos. Here's a beautiful saltwater tank I had. Aggressive fish during a water change. The Picasso and the Emperor and the grouper don't like that python, so they're attacking it. Look at the colors on the Picasso trigger. Very beautiful fish. I grabbed the camera a little bit too late because they were nipping at it, but I'm glad I got my camera. I'm doing my weekly water change. And next time, I gotta get it on camera. This Emperor angel likes to bite my fingers when I take all the debris out. And you can see the Picasso nipping at the tube there. I haven't fed them today, so they're probably a little hungry, but I'll feed them tonight once I put some new water in and let it sit in. I gotta catch all those mussels out without getting bit either. Now, where's the yellow belly? Oh, I didn't tell you guys, I added my blonde Naso to the tank the other day. He's doing pretty good. My healthiest tank that I've ever had. The panther grouper looks stunning. There's the Naso. Eating well. He's eating lettuce, nori, and other food that's in there. The Emperor was going after him for a little while, but all the aggression has subsided. So if I do add anything else to this tank, it'll be a Scopus tang, a sailfin tang, and maybe a Tamini tang, but I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything more. I'm actually kind of... So here's our next saltwater video. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex here, coming at you with an update on my saltwater aquarium. So the last video, I just got a dog-faced puffer, a fox face, and a Niger trigger. And this week I added a couple of new additions to the tank. But before I show off the new additions, I had to rehome the Niger trigger because he was going after the dog-faced puffer and the fox face. But like I said, I did add a couple of new additions, and my tank is almost done with stock because I have a lot of fish in here already. One more fish is coming and that's it. But let me show you some of the stock in this aquarium. Some of the new fish. Right here is one of the new fish. One of my Valentin lionfish. I have two of them. I think this is the biggest one of the two. Right here I have a snowflake eel. I just got him today, so he is brand new to the tank. There's my smaller Valentin lion in the back. And then also up here I have a Stars and Stripes puffer that I got at Mark's Ark to go along with my dog face puffer. And then here's the fox face. He's doing good. However, the fox face is not eating. I had to see what he can eat. He hasn't eaten anything since I got him. The two puffers are buddies. I actually have one more puffer coming. Can you guess what puffer it is? I haven't had any success getting the lionfish to eat yet. I've had them for a couple of days. I really don't want to feed live, so I'm going to try tilapia. I've already tried market shrimp and krill, but I don't want to feed live. So that video was 5 years ago in my first saltwater tank here in Florida. Coming up next, I'm going to tell you about what's next for Aqua Alex. But first, let me explain what the QR code is above the screen. That QR code is going to take you to my Cameo, where you can request specialized videos, customized videos just for you. Here's some more information on Cameo. Hey everyone, Alex Cardinale here, or you may know me as Aqua Alex, Chef Alex, Detective Alex, or WWE fan Alex. Either way, I am on Cameo, and I would love to make a cameo for you. Whether it be a birthday greeting, a special occasion, whether you're celebrating an anniversary or a milestone, I would be honored to make a video for your anniversary or your milestone. I can also do cooking videos, I can also do wrestling videos, I can also do fish keeping videos for you. Check me out on Cameo, cameo.com/Aqua Alex Cardinale. I'd be happy to make you a cameo. Alright, right now, the $1,000,000 question, the elephant in the room, what's next for Aqua Alex? That is a very intriguing question. Even I, the great Aqua Alex, don't know what's next for Aqua Alex. Well, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I do know what's next for Aqua Alex. What's next for Aqua Alex is this. I'm going to be doing fish keeping live streams and videos still. I will still do live streams and videos on tropical fish. I will continue to educate you on tropical fish because I love this hobby so much. So just because I'm saying farewell to aquariums and fish for now doesn't mean that I am leaving the hobby for good. I am still doing fish keeping live streams and I am still doing fish keeping videos. And as the title says, it is farewell for now. Farewell for now, as in a couple of months, because I do intend very well to be back in the aquarium hobby by mid-2026. So, this is only a temporary hiatus. It is not meant to be a long-term hiatus, and I do plan to be back in the fish keeping hobby come mid-2026. And that's going to lead me to my next topic, before we wrap up this amazing farewell. So, what are my future fish keeping plans, and what species do I want to keep when I do come back to tropical fish and I do come back to the aquarium hobby? One thing I do want is a reef aquarium. I want a nice reef community aquarium. So when I do come back to the aquarium hobby, I'm going to have a saltwater aquarium with some beautiful corals, some firefish, gobies, some other beautiful fish. I also want a saltwater predatory aquarium, and I also want a pond. I would love a pond with koi and some monster catfish like red-tail cat. So I will be back in the aquarium hobby, and when I come back, I'm going to have a saltwater aquarium and a pond, and that is coming sometime in mid-2026. Alright, and now it's our main event. It is our final fish keeping videos from my collection. Water change on the 120 gallon saltwater display tank, and getting it ready for the new additions. We're not going to be here for a few weeks. The new additions obviously are my Picasso trigger and my yellow belly dog face puffer. So if you haven't seen my Lucie aquatic unboxing, I recommend going to check it out. I usually do about down to here, so that's probably what I'm going to do today. Here's my emperor. I noticed a little bit of thick on him, so I'm going to use some copper A's that I bought. Important copper tape. It's good for freshwater and saltwater, so let's try a little bit of that. So we got 6 buckets here. As you can see, it's already in some of the water. Just one more bucket's good. So anytime that you have fish in your tank, you want to do water changes because it gets out some of the bad water in there. You want to provide the best quality water that you can when you have fish. He's only got it a little bit. You can see it on his tail and his fins, but he was covered in it, and I've been dosing with that. The Emperor Angel I had a decade ago was beautiful. And now our final video showing off my beautiful fox-faced rabbitfish. Well, as you can see, I had a beautiful saltwater tank 10 years ago with a trio of fox-faced rabbitfish. Well, fish keepers, I had an amazing time tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the Aqua Alex farewell for now. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I will be back and I will be having aquariums by mid-2026. So thank you all for watching this live stream. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button and please make sure to remain a subscriber on my channel because I've got more fish keeping live streams coming your way. Happy fish keeping, everyone, and good night from Port St. Lucie. Thank you for watching this episode of Alice Cardinale Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
This Thanksgiving, we celebrate connection, gratitude, and the beauty of giving. Thank you for being part of our journey.